Good evening, gamers, and welcome to a very special cast tonight. We have New Zealand versus South Australia in our first match for the State of Origin 2. And joining me in the Gamestah booth tonight is Ivo and G. Ivo, how's it going?
This should be an exciting game. South Australia with probably the best medic in Australia, Bonobo, against a very interesting New Zealand team, which could provide a surprise or two. So, see, we shall wait and see.
Indeed, and we're also joined in the Gamestah booth tonight by G. How are you doing, mate?
I'm doing pretty good. There's a lot of hats on display tonight, so I'll be a little bit busy flipping around and having a bit of a look. So, but yeah, it should be a really good game. I'll be watching Echo. Let's see how that goes.
For sure. And Ivo, if you just want to take us through who's playing for each team.
Sure. So, for the guys from New Zealand, we've got Frosty, Max, Spectacular, Indus, JMP, and Avril. For South Australia, we've got Mad Jack, Yodel, Eco, Juicy Caboose, Bonobo, and who's Potty Control?
I think it might be Milky.
Yeah, I can't remember, but there you go.
Anyway, so we've readied up and we're on the first rollout following Avril here as he rolls out with the New Zealand team. And yeah, going to be very interesting to see how these two teams go together. New Zealand is currently rolling out through Valley. And as we come into mid, we're seeing a little bit of spam. Soldiers jumping in, both New Zealand soldiers going very aggressive. Jump getting taken out early. Spectacular also going down. That's both the New Zealand soldiers down. They're absolutely munted. Down goes Avril. That's the med down. And wow, South Australia completely demolishing the New Zealand team. Only Indus left up. He tries to do something. He can't do shit. He is out. And wow.
Yeah, that was absolutely brilliant. Like, they just stayed very constricted. They got spammed out. The only player to go down was the secondary that jumped into a bunch of stickies. But yeah, he was really, that demo got pressured very early on in that rollout, and he was holding back, just trying to stop that secondary. So they'll be looking at getting into this very quickly. So they'll be pushing up from bottom. They're coming up bottom now. They're spamming up the top left. Then they come, and then there's Heavy's dropped on the point. He's trying to stop him. We're going to take him down. Oh, we've got
He's getting banned!
And they're just they're mopping everyone up. The soldiers have just picked... Oh, there we go. They picked up... It turned into a little bit of a close-in fight there, Griever, at the very end. It was just a few little players left, very low health, and it was just kind of down to those last couple of shots.
Yeah, for sure. New Zealand. Wow. I'm not team captain. Moving on from that, is this kind of how you think the game's going to go?
At the moment, if New Zealand don't shape up, unfortunately it might be, because they got just caught out by the Valley rollout. As soon as South Australia saw it, they paired for it, and we're into the second round. Spectacular gets the first kill of the second round, but it's a bit give and take here. New Zealand doing a lot better though. Got a one-man advantage. It's 3v2, and it looks like they're going to hold it. It's a scout and medic up, so Yodel and Bonobo. Wow. They just got destroyed by JMP with the rocket launcher, and that was a team down there, guys.
Yeah, they picked up that medic and scout dropping out on Stonebridge. He was very quick to pick up. He was on really low health. He just managed to get that last rocket off his. He was in the air, came down, died, and it took out both players at the same time. So they just capped that point out. And we're just going to have a little bit quicker look at the Ubers. We've got full over on Avril, so they got a huge advantage taking push on this last point. Oh, we got a little bit
Soldier,
of a
they got to play on the medic.
Yeah, Soldier went for the medic there. Mad Jack going for a bit of a play, Griever.
Yeah, and good little play there. Obviously didn't work out for Mad Jack. He was trying to do his best Buddha impersonation, obviously. And New Zealand pushing down the centre. Apparently they're wanting to restart the match. It looks as though the config isn't actually right. Uber has been popped by New Zealand. They haven't forced... well, obviously the other team doesn't have Uber, do they? Bonobo, only 49%. He's pulled back into last. And Max trying to lay in some damage. He doesn't have much support. JMP dropping down, losing height advantage, and New Zealand's going to try and back out of there as fast as they can. Frosty trying to get a pick, Spectacular doing the same thing, both getting taken out, and Max and Avril falling back here to mid, getting into a bit of a defensive position. Just wondering what's going to happen with whether they're going to restart the game or not.
So it's going to be a little bit interesting. I don't know, it all came out from the red team too, which are ahead, but they were on a back foot on that last point. We're seeing a huge Uber advantage at the moment, but it seems like both teams are kind of a little bit all over the place as they're trying to determine what's going on. There's really no follow through whatsoever on that. Just a couple of players just floating around at the moment. And yeah, so we'll just kind of see how it goes. The admin's playing with the settings now. He did load the config before. So I guess it's, I don't know, it still seems a bit over the place. Like, players are just kind of coming out everywhere. There's no real coordinated push. We're seeing both scouts and a demo come out now, but they're just going to get completely smashed, and that's just going to put Red Team in a really bad position, even though they've got an advantage. Yeah, obviously, I think both teams have stopped hold the playing. Like, they're just fucking around.
Pretty much, and that's actually very annoying for a match of this caliber, and especially first match of State of Origin season. Bad Jack getting wasted.
Especially considering the strong follow-up by the NZ team on that middle rollout. They just completely wiped it, considering how badly they got licked that last round.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, no one thought that they were going to have much of a chance, if we're perfectly honest. They come out, they do an excellent rollout, and they get their damage in there nice and early, and, you know, like, actually like follow through on it, and then yeah, and then this happens. Hopefully, in this rollout that we're now watching here, we're just following Jump, they'll be able to actually do something with that, Ivo.
Let's hope so, as everything's getting underway, and once again, Blue putting a lot of pressure to New Zealand, trying to get into the faces of South Australia, but not proving all that effective. 1 kill traded each so far. Oh, Mad Jack. That's a massive play by Mad Jack. That's a triple kill by Mad Jack with his rocket launch. Combining with, I believe it was Girdle as well, and that's gonna be an easy capture for South Australia on the middle point. Times too.
And just WM just confirming that it is 1-0, so we're going to count that first round. So yeah, just pretty much what happened on that. We've got a little bit of a push. They're going to be fast pushing. Looks like they're going to be taking both soldiers top for the moment. They're just peeking at the moment. The sentry being set up. They're finally capping that second. They're pushing in the top left. Here they come in. The demo's just trying to lock them out now. The sentry's gone down. The point's almost capped. And they're trying to get some presence down. And then the medics, oh, there we go. The medics run on. The demo's sticking it out. So they held them in left. They had a soldier on right, and they had both scouts capping up point. And that middle point really didn't work out, so I'm just going back to that for a second. Yeah, the NZ guys, they just jumped plays. They weren't working together. They didn't get damage down as a group. And essentially what happened is they just had players drop here and there, and then your red team just pushed together and took the rest of them out. Griever.
Yeah, and unfortunately that's the way it goes. Obviously New Zealand showing that they've never played together. They haven't even had a single scrim together, so good on New Zealand. We're seeing plenty of damage going in on mid, Jump getting taken down, people all over the place, and New Zealand team slowly starting to absolutely trickle players. Spectacular A's, Frosty, Indus, all going down. Only Max left up right now, and Bonobo with those scouts on the point. He's going to move forward with the demo around corner. And as I said, only Max up. Good they've managed to retain the demo. Might be able to put forward Sticky Trap, possibly catch him some Bonobo for breakfast, but not looking good for New Zealand at this point, G.
No, definitely not. They're in pocket at the moment. They're just building the room. Oh, sorry, they have got it completely. My bad. So they're going to have a huge advantage. So their blue team's holding up the top of the moment. South Australia's managed to pick up Milky. So they're just dropping it out. They've forced the Uber, and here they drop out. So this is exactly what they wanted. They just don't want to lose players here. And there we go. Smash the demo straight away. There's players going to be near the point. They're going to be able to cap this down in a sec. They managed to pick up Yertle down on the bottom floor. A soldier's jumped on. He's tried to push to the point, and they've just got 2 scouts on another scout. Oh, they just capped out second. And we're just going to be seeing the South Australia boys just dropping back a little bit. They'll try and hold that with the scout. He'll try and knock back any players, and the demo man will lock it down with stickies. And they're pushing the medic. Here comes.
Oh, Bonobo's on 30.
And he gets picked up. Oh, there he goes. Indus picks him up.
Yep, so that was a good play. I wasn't expecting that to work out for them, actually, but obviously Avril now has 60% Uber advantage on Bonobo. Probably likely to be around about 75, possibly 80 by the time Bonobo even comes up. As the red team, South Australia, just caps up the Spire now. So they're going to be looking, as you can see, we're following Juicy Caboose now, and he's locking up those entrances, front roller and drop down. So they're obviously expecting New Zealand to make a push, and they're getting ready for it.
And here it comes now. They're pushing. They have Uber. Oh, spectacular! Just getting out of there. He was on low health there, but saying that, Jump gets caught out instead. And there's the Uber. So blue team have moved first. New Zealand on the offensive. It's not the offensive they want because they're going to be caught out pretty major unless they can get Bonobo. Might be worth it.
There's a couple players at last short pushing heavy.
Oh, the pin! Oh no!
Well, all that was happening as well, and G was saying a back G, what happened there?
essentially what happened was we had a heavy on point. Scout came bottom right. Soldier came underneath. The soldier was just peppering him with rockets. Scout comes in. They both pick him up. Cap point.
And Juicy Caboose going big here. He lands on 7 health. Holy hell. Oh no, so it is actually half. Oh, okay, so they did actually count that as 1-0, but restarted it from 0-0, and so that's 3.
Yeah, I did. WM confirmed it. I did point it out earlier.
To be perfectly honest, I'm actually kind of disappointed with this. This whole cock up with all of this is kind of like, I mean,
Broken momentum.
yeah, the momentum there would have been completely lost. Not saying New Zealand definitely would have had a chance otherwise, if it wasn't the case, but yeah, not so good to see.
Well, it's kind of demoralising after you get that big smash up on middle, and then you've gotten into a second, and the round gets stopped, and you're back to where you were.
Yeah, exactly. And also with the config there, does anyone know exactly what was wrong with it? I didn't see.
Essentially, you were able to see other people's enemy in spec. You could see everyone in spec.
Okay,
So
yeah.
when
At
you die,
which stage?
You could be in medic, yeah.
Yeah, at which stage it definitely should be. Okay, yeah, I'm just getting a message there. At which stage it probably definitely should have been a 0-0 reset, because obviously New Zealand wasn't far off capping out that point, and next second they're getting told, you know, you can't has this. But oh, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles in competitive gaming.
Is WM talking to you, Graver?
Yeah,
Indeed he is.
So, Ivo, what are your thoughts on the... actually, you know what, I'll just go through the teams just quickly, because we did point out who was playing, but not who was playing what. We have Frosty and we have Indus playing Scouts. Avril is obviously playing Medic. Spectacular Soldiering with JMP, and Max is on Demo, big old Max. And then we have Juicy Caboose on the South Australian side playing Demo. We have Mad Jack and we have Echo playing Soldiers. We have Milky and Yertle playing Scouts, and we have Bonobo with his crossbow, medicing it up and smashing heads. So yeah, Ivo, what are your thoughts?
Team-wise, it's pretty much what you would expect. Obviously, Bonobo isn't. He might occasionally try to play soldier for fun, but he's obviously going to play medic. It's what he knows best, and he does it very well. So that's pretty much standard. Most of the other people is pretty much standard as well. I mean, from back in Spadebox days, we obviously would have known him as a scout, but now he plays soldier. So no surprises there.
You also did a little bit of demoing too.
Yeah, that's true. He does do a bit of demo, but yeah, it's team-wise, it's pretty much stock standard. It looks like we're going to go live for the second half, shall we call it? So New Zealand need 5 in a row to win this map. Otherwise, it's South Australia to get 2, and they will win this first game of State of Origin, guys.
Yep, not looking good for the New Zealand team. Hopefully they can pull something out here. And obviously we're seeing a Valley rollout from the South Australian boys. And we're seeing a bit of early damage going in here. Spadebox, Echo jumping in over the top, taking out Frosty. He's got a good height advantage. He takes out... Oh, well, this is a whitewash. Only Max left up. Everyone else demolished. Max puts a quick pipe into Echo's face. A bit of a, you know what? Yeah, that's you. Take it. And, yeah, wow. South Australia moving on. This is not looking good for New Zealand at this stage, Jerry.
Definitely not. They're going to be capping that up. The demo's holding the point now. They'll be looking to get forward. Avril's still not up, so we won't be seeing any forward plays by NZ. If they've got any plays forward, they're going to get picked, and it's going to be a good bad play. So they do have a scout breaking out at the moment. He's on battlements. He's probably going to get picked up. He's running out. Oh, there he goes. Yertle smashes Frosty. Frosty was playing a bit too forward. He really should have kept himself in with the rest of the team. He had no need to push out. He wasn't going to be able to get a pick. There would have been too many players on the medic, and there would have been too many others floating around. So it looks like they're going to be pushing in now. So they're coming up the top left. Sniper went out, so that soldier took a bit of damage. They've locked up that top left. The Pirates run onto the point. They've popped the stickies, and they've piled too many players. We really, NZ needed to get out of that spawn. They needed to get all over that and maintain dominance on that. They gave up top left and right, and as soon as that happened, yeah, we just saw South Australia pile players on that point, and then it was capped out. Ivo.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, they shouldn't. Yeah, like you said, they shouldn't really be holding the spawn. I can understand that the enemy team had an Uber on them, but We really can't afford to be sticking inside the spawn doors like that. Anyways, we're into, what is it, round 4? Yeah, round 4 now. And it's not looking pretty again for New Zealand. Mad Jack already with a domination on jump as well as a soldier. And apparently WM saying the server's broken. Not good stuff, but there we go. South Australia cap out with a full team, and Bonobo taunting with swords, I can't remember, the Vita Sword, that's it. And healing these players. Oh, a bit of a jump on this medic. Been popped. I don't think Bonobo's even used his yet. He's only getting his about now, so potential whitewash here, Griever. He's pushing in right now.
Well, they're just coming around corner now, and as you can see, the New Zealand team is getting out of there as fast as they can. And, well, it looks like Echo getting demolished there, but Max, unfortunately, going down. So that's a demo down. However, if New Zealand's quick enough... No, that Uber saving them. Frosty, however, trying to make a play on the medic. He's by himself. Oh, no, that was Indus. And just Soldier in a demo and trying to take out Bonobo. Not going to happen, son.
Did anyone see why Bonobo popped that Uber? I couldn't see from my angle that I was looking at.
No, never could I.
Just to save the soldier. Probably Eco, one of the soldiers.
Yeah, what they really should have done is they should have just tried to pop that Uber and then gotten out, but they lost too many players in the process, and then Bonobo popped for no reason, so I guess it worked out in the end. So they got a big Uber advantage holding this, so they've got a heavy playing at the moment. They're going to sniper, but they're leaving that bottom side woefully neglected. There's no one watching it at the moment, so if any players try to push from there, it's going to go very unnoticed. Like, we've got a heavy on it now, but there was just a period of time where there was just no eyes on it whatsoever. I mean, regardless of whether or not you think they might be pushing, like, there's always plays you can make without an Uber on this point. Okay, so it looks like they're just going to wait until the South Australian side have the Uber up. So this will be maybe the last push, Griever.
I'm thinking it might be. However, obviously I'm a patriot for New Zealand, so hoping that they can pull something out of their asses here. And Bonobo has just got Uber, and we're going to see South Australia push in. They pop nice and early. He saves his demo. Uber is being popped, and yeah, bottom left scout. Oh, Indus and jump going down there. And so that's a two-player disadvantage. And we've got a 2x cap on the point, and that's it. Lights out for New Zealand. Wow. One of their double elimination... oh, it seems Bonobo still thinks he's playing. One of their double elimination elims gone right there, guys. So, not the best showing from New Zealand. However, unfortunately, lost a bit of momentum there in that second round due to server issues. And as you can see, everyone leaving the server pretty quickly. What's your feelings, Ivo?
Yeah, I agree with you. The issue when it came down round 2 with the server problems did probably cut New Zealand up a bit, but I think South Australia were a pretty strong team. They definitely did the mid rollouts a lot better, and they used that momentum from mid to take it all the way and get them the 5 points that they needed to win the game. So, unfortunate for New Zealand with that server issue, but it's not a surprising result.
It is nice to see everyone trying so hard when Victoria's just going to win again.
I was waiting for this, I really was. Actually,
so yeah, Griever, is this Ned Zen's attempt to lull us all into a false sense of security, and then they're just going to come out punches?
Actually, if I'm perfectly honest, we would have had Corpse, who is obviously a very, very good soldier. He's one of the core members. He didn't turn up tonight. Thank you very fucking much, Corpse. So I had to grab the first person I could find who was able to play, and that was JMP. He's actually was the medic for my clan, obviously a Div 2 medic. And he has like 100 hours of comp soldier, so it was probably a bit unfortunate for him to get tossed into this situation, if I'm perfectly honest. But
let's go on a witch hunt and just, hold him accountable. No, actually, we should hold you accountable, Griever.
Yeah, I'm team captain. You can hold me accountable. Didn't train them up right. You try getting them all on one server at once.
What's the next step? You're going to get them all their computers, and they're going to stick them up on Mount Everest and give them some altitude training?
Yeah, no, I'm not entirely sure there. Yeah, obviously New Zealand didn't have any of their top tier Div 1 players sign up. The only Division 1 Australia player that we actually have in this lineup is Avril, and Spectacular possibly as well. So yeah, they never really had much of a chance there. But very well done to South Australia. They're quite a powerhouse there, and they've got some good players.
Yeah, a lot of those players, the top NZ ones such as Nig and Lodic and whatnot, really, yeah, just they didn't even play in the last one if memory serves. It's just, I, I, I think they just it's a lack of caring and they don't really want to make a commitment and play, and it's just like, it seems I don't know, I can't really comment, but yeah, it's a bit disappointing to see that like the strongest players in NZ just don't want to give it the time of day, especially when it's only a half an hour, 45-minute commitment, like every Monday for the next few weeks.
Exactly. I actually wondered if they were still sore from the New Zealand versus Australia exhibition match. To be perfectly honest, that
Oh, that
was
was
my
slaughter.
that was fucking horrible. Yeah. So yeah, that wasn't that good. But I mean, it's yeah,
But
it's to
but to
be
be fair though, like you can't really hold them that much because you if you look at the Australian team, they're all the top players out of Australia and New Zealand that are constantly playing. Whereas we had all these NZ retirement players that never play anymore come back and play
exactly.
for NZ, and it was like what you're gonna expect, like players that haven't played for like 6 to 12 months being able to play against players that have been playing a high Division 1 level first like constantly for seasons. Like, I mean, it's like a dull blade and a sharp blade. Which one do you want to wield?
Exactly. You look at the lineup for the All Australian team, and you just about take a step back. But yeah, it is to be expected.
It's a wet patch in your pants.
Something like that. I've actually heard rumblings and whispers. Apparently, we're looking at a YSW resurgence for a certain large New Zealand TF2 land that's coming up. So it'll be interesting to see if they do come out of hibernation. I know certain Nomis and Nignigs etc. have been spotted in MGE everywhere, and obviously Antoine is. What is it? Is it Gore, Antoine, and Nignig
Go
playing
on.
for IM?
Yeah, and I think Gore might be playing again at the moment. I'm not sure for what team. I just heard he's playing for someone. So yeah,
Yeah, I heard something
but
about beta blockers, so that would be interesting.
yeah. So I don't know. It's a possibility. I mean, there's still a long time to the next season, so they could form up something. I think it could be good, especially considering how little stale it is in Div 1 at the moment.
Yeah, most definitely. However, a lot of new teams obviously coming in at the lower end of the spectrum. Everyone's been saying, Div 1 and Div 2 Australia is nowhere near as high as it was in the last, couple of seasons and stuff. And I mean, to be fair, they're right. But a lot of new teams coming in, so it'll be interesting to see where the comp scene heads from here in Australia.
Mm. Yeah, definitely, because it has been on the downtrend really, and it is hard to trace it though with the introduction um, of unlocks and whatnot. Like the style of play has changed dramatically from when it was played at the beginning of sixes with Mad Dogs and many of the other original top teams. It'll be interesting to see, especially with Well, I guess really if they do come back, I mean, it won't be too big of an issue because a few of them have been playing for other teams, and really the kind of the skills that made them top players in the first place, it's just a matter of adjusting. Like it's just they are transferable.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, we will probably wrap that up there, people. I don't think we're going to have anyone in for an aftermatch interview for this particular cast. However, next week, hopefully, we'll be able to get some people in there and have a chat to them because I know I know there'll be some Kiwis keen to get their word in there, and obviously a few South Australians wanting to rub some salt in those wounds. Thank you very much for joining us for this Gamestar cast. I'm Griever, and obviously we've been joined by Ivo and G. Have a good night, and thank you to Oz Gamers for supporting Gamestar.